Today we're going to talk about something that's often kept under wraps, the massive hidden economy of the Philippines, commonly referred to as the shadow economy. It's a complex issue that has been going on for years, and it's time for us to finally uncover the dark truth behind this story. For those of you who do not exactly know what a shadow economy is, the shadow economy is an unofficial and unrecorded economy that's not accounted for by the government or mainstream economic indicators. It's made up of all the economic activities that are not reported to the authorities and therefore are not taxed or regulated. This includes things like underground businesses, unregistered employment, and cash-in-hand transactions. It's often referred to as the black market, informal economy, or parallel economy. Now that we have established what a shadow economy is, let's understand how common it is among countries. The shadow economy is not unique to the Philippines. It exists in many countries around the world, although the size and scale of the shadow economy can vary widely between different countries. In India, the shadow economy is estimated to make up around a fifth of the country's GDP. This is partly due to the high levels of poverty in the country, which create a demand for informal employment and cash-in-hand transactions. However, the size of this economy inside the Philippines is absurd. The shadow economy is a massive industry in the Philippines, with estimates suggesting that it accounts for as much as 34% of the country's GDP. To put that in perspective, that's almost equivalent to the entire GDP of Vietnam. This shows just how important the shadow economy is to the Philippine economy as a whole. So why does the shadow economy exist in the Philippines? There are a number of factors at play, but a major one is poverty. According to the World Bank, around 18.1% of the population in the Philippines lives below the poverty line, and many of these people struggle to make ends meet. The shadow economy provides a way for them to earn a living and support their families, even if it means operating outside the law. Another reason is the high tax burden and strict regulations imposed by the government. If you own a business in the Philippines, you might find it difficult to comply with these requirements and so choose to operate in the shadow economy instead. This is particularly true for small businesses, which make up a large portion of the shadow economy. But these are not the only reasons behind this massive shadow economy. Corruption is also a significant contributor. Corruption refers to the abuse of public office for personal gain, and it can take many forms, including bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism. Corruption is a major problem in the Philippines, and it can create incentives for businesses and individuals to operate in the shadow economy. One of the main ways in which corruption contributes to the shadow economy is through the use of bribery. Businesses or individuals may choose to pay bribes to government officials in order to avoid taxes, regulations, or other legal requirements. This can create a competitive advantage for these businesses as they are able to operate at lower costs than their legal counterparts. However, this also undermines the rule of law and creates an uneven playing field as legal businesses are forced to comply with regulations and pay taxes. The shadow economy in the Philippines can be evident out in the open or hidden behind closed doors. Let's discuss how the hidden economy can ironically be found on the busy streets of the country. Street vendors are an important part of the shadow economy in the Philippines. They are individuals who sell goods or services on the street or in public spaces without the necessary permits or licenses. They often operate in highly populated areas such as marketplaces, bus terminals, or public parks. There are many reasons why street vending is a common form of informal economic activity in the Philippines. For one, it provides a way for individuals to earn a living and support their families, even if they do not have the skills or resources to start a formal business. Street vending can also provide a low-cost alternative to traditional retail outlets, allowing people to buy goods at a lower price. However, street vending can also contribute to the shadow economy of the country. Many street vendors operate without the necessary permits or licenses, which means they are not regulated by the government. This can create a range of problems, including public health and safety risks, and unfair competition with legal businesses. Home-based businesses are another crucial part of the shadow economy in the Philippines. These are businesses that operate from people's homes, such as small-scale manufacturing, handicrafts, or food production. They are often unregistered and operate outside the formal economy. Just like small businesses on the street, a home-based business is easier to set up in the Philippines and requires no legalities to establish. It is a productive way to allow middle-class families in making ends meet and saves them from tax regulations of the country, hence significantly contributing to the hidden economy. However, a major contributor to the shadow economy is also a dark market that occurs in backstreet alleys or behind dark curtains. Illegal activities are a significant part of the shadow economy in the Philippines. Now, what exactly do we mean when we refer to illegal activities? These are businesses that engage in illegal activities such as drug trafficking, human trafficking, or prostitution. These businesses operate outside the formal economy and often rely on corrupt officials or criminal networks to avoid detection and prosecution. There are many reasons why illegal activities are a common form of informal economic activity in the Philippines. For one, they can provide a high level of income for those who are involved. For example, drug trafficking can be a highly profitable business, with drugs being sold for much higher prices on the black market than they would be in the formal economy. Similarly, human trafficking and prostitution can also be lucrative businesses, particularly for those who are able to exploit vulnerable individuals. However, illegal activities can also create a range of social and economic problems. Firstly, they can contribute to the spread of violence and crime, as criminal networks fight for control of the black market. This can create a climate of fear and insecurity, particularly for those who live in areas that are affected by these activities. Now, you might be wondering that if such information is quite public, why does no one put an end to this type of economy? Well, the answer is simple. Weak law enforcement is one of the major reasons why the shadow economy persists in the Philippines. Law enforcement in the Philippines can be weak or ineffective, particularly in remote or rural areas. This can create opportunities for criminal activity, such as drug trafficking, human trafficking, and money laundering, which can thrive in the shadow economy. There are several reasons why law enforcement is weak in the Philippines. Firstly, law enforcement agencies may lack the resources, training, and equipment needed to effectively investigate and prosecute criminal activity. This can make it difficult to detect and prevent illegal economic activity, particularly in areas where criminal networks are well established. Well, it might seem clear that the shadow economy has both advantages and disadvantages for the country. So the question is, should the Philippines have such a large shadow economy? Absolutely not. While an insignificant shadow economy might allow the middle class to earn a good chunk of money, a large shadow economy has dark implications. The largest factor why most economists frown upon a large shadow economy is the loss of government revenue. The shadow economy is often untaxed, which means that the government is missing out on potential tax revenue. This can create a significant loss of income for the government, which can make it difficult to fund essential public services like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. As we conclude our discussion on the massive hidden economy in the Philippines, it's important to remember that we all have a role to play in addressing this complex issue. Whether you're a government official, a business owner, or a concerned citizen, there are steps you can take to help promote transparency, accountability, and fairness in the economy. The presence of the shadow economy is undoubtedly a huge concern, but there are solutions that the nation can take to encounter this issue. We hope this video was helpful in enabling you to understand why the Philippines have such a massive hidden economy. Let us know what you think about this issue in the comment box down below. For similar exposing videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel.